Wendy with Next Level Board Games, and today we're going to unbox Cubitos, a game by John D. Clare and published by AEG Games. So this is a fun little 1 to 4 player game, and it's supposed to take, 2 to 4, it's supposed to take 30 to 60 minutes. So one of the things I noticed, let me rip the plastic off this first, is that a lot of the play during this game is simultaneous. So it always goes a little bit faster, but also like really fun because there's no lag time in between. So there's the box again without the plastic. So let's see what is on the inside. Oh, let go. Okay. So here is the rule book. I think that this game is kind of silly. Not super hard, but I think it, just going to take a little bit of time to figure out, but like lots of big pictures, images of what everything is with the titles. I love that. Sometimes it's hard when they just go, oh, there's 25 of these and 40 of these. And I'm like, uh-oh, I have to count them all out and figure out what's what. So this is nice, big setup spread, big pages, easy to read, explanations. This is sort of like a starting, when you're starting different games that help make sure you use all the different cards and dice, how to play, some more descriptions, also card clarifications. Look at all these card clarifications and notice they're also in order of color. So really easy, super well organized. Really like that. So that's the rule book. Here's a little like cheat sheet, rule summary. Okay, just one side, easy. And then there's a bunch of little boxes to put together. I might try one in a minute. We'll see. If you've ever watched any of my videos, you know that is not my forte. Let's see here. There's a couple of player boards, and I believe they're double-sided for your race. So this one's called Testing the Waters. And so these are going to be different levels of difficulty, right? Different levels of difficulty. And then Nothing Goes Right. I did read that is supposed to be the one that you should start with if you basically you haven't played before. So it's going to be a little bit easier to manage than some of the other ones. So that's that one. So 2 sides there. And then another one with 2 sides. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Okay, so this one, if you look at these next to each other, where's the first one? Here we go. You can see how much more water there is on this one. So this one's going to be a lot more moving around this, where this one's, where is the start and finish, is a little less working around, right? It's going to be faster and easier. But as you get to learn the game, you can play something a little bit more challenging like this. And then the other side looks like this, ahead of the curve. Very cool. So those are the different boards you're going to be running on. The premise of this game is basically you are a Cubito and you are going to play in the annual Cube Cup. And so we're going to play characters. Let me grab those really quick. And each player gets 2 little basically runners. Let's see if I can get one of each one. So you can see little faces. These are cute. There's like a little lion and an elephant, a monkey, and like a little lamb. So that's what those look like. They're very cute. They're just little wooden characters. So those are going to play on the game board. Obviously you can see that they're going to fit in the little squares perfectly. The little hands, these basically are going to let you get more dice. So everyone starts with 9 dice in the very beginning. And then over time you can accumulate these, which are, I don't know what they're called, but they do let you get extra dice to start your hand with. So for each one of those. These let you buy things. So at the end of your turn, or during your turn when you have your dice rolled, you either have movement with them, or, let me grab some of those. Or you have basically like the equivalent of coins to buy stuff with. Let's see. Let's see here. So you start with gray dice. Light gray dice, you start with 7 of these. Show you what these look like. So you can see if I roll around, each one of these has something on only one side. So there's a 1 on only one side. All the rest of the sides are blank. You start with 7 of those, and then you start with 2 of these. Now these have a foot on one side and a 1 on the other. So that's it. The rest of the sides are blank. So as you're playing, you roll and you start with 7 of the light gray dice, 2 of the dark gray dice, And then as you you can accumulate more dice with those at the end of your turn based on certain things. But if you, and the feet let you move your racer on, your runner, excuse me, on the board. So that helps you move. And you can spend these tokens, combined version of these, and also there's little, something else that you can get. I think it's these actually. These to combine to buy, to turn in as like a foot basically. I think it takes 4, but you can't turn a foot into these other resources. So it kind of is a mix of using your resources to get better dice and things like that, or moving your character along further. So everybody gets one of these little, kind of like a little, just sort of like a player cheat sheet, but it's really nice because it's the thicker cardboard. So you start out on one phase. The roll phase is first. And then once everybody's done rolling their dice, they flip their card over to the run phase, and then everybody kind of does the run phase. And then once they're done with that, they flip it back over to the roll phase. So basically, everybody's going to roll their dice in the beginning. You're going to have, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these, 2 of these. And you're going to roll these in front of you. And I only got 2. So I could put these on, nope, that's like the fan track or something like that on here. So I could put these here so that I could use these. I think they go in active. Anyway, something like that. Then I can spend these afterwards. And then if I wanted to, I can, you can keep rolling and push if you want to, but you have to be careful because if you end up with, I think it's if you end up with all blanks, you bust, or if you have 3 things in here and then you roll, you bust, or something. Anyway, you roll blanks, you bust. And there's a couple ways you can bust. So there's definitely some pressure luck in this game. And then at the end of your turn, you can get other colored dice, and you can see here's all the different little boxes that the supplies are going to go into. So, and actually the cool thing is like it shows you what's going to go in each box. And then there's player cards that go along with all of those, so that you know what those are. So these are the player aids, dual-sided player aids. That's kind of cool. And then I think this is called the fan track. I think that's what it's called. And as you move along here, if you bust, if I understand it right, if you bust, you get to move up. And then when you land on these, you get whatever resources on there. So as that goes along, even if you've busted, at least you still get like a little reward, a little something. It's not like you lose your whole turn and you get nothing. So there's that. Here's these little boxes. So like, I mean, I guess these probably fit inside here once they're all put together. Ta-da! Okay, so for some reason I thought the top was the bottom was the top, so of course I got that all backwards, and this is exactly why I don't do these things on camera. Okay, so that's how those are going to go, so I'm assuming that I could store these in the box when I'm not playing, and then when I am playing, that makes like a tray. So there's that. Okay, so there's those, and then there's going to be, obviously, like I showed, a whole bunch of these, and these are what's going to go in there. So those are little, as you're playing in storage, you're going to go around the table. What else? Here's a starter dice. So the starting player will have this extra dice to roll on their turn, and then sometimes apparently that will help with ties and things. So that's that one. That one has like a 2 and a foot and a 1. So that one's got, you have like a 1 in 2 chance, right? A 50-50 chance of getting something that's usable. So there's that, and then a bunch of dice for their other cards that have the other different dice. Sorry. So there's orange, and I don't know what all these symbols are. It almost looks like a little garbage, but that probably isn't right. Here's feet and a cat face for the white ones. Let's see. These are cute. I see swords. I see puppies' faces. So there's the cats. Yeah, there's a cat on top. There was the cat. And then there's swords. And these are going to relate to different cards. Of course. The swords and the red. And then we've got some doggos here. Let's see. There. What else? There's also yellow. I don't know what this is. A peace symbol on the blue. A shield on the green. And the purple is I'm not sure what. So there's a whole bunch of different dice. Like lots of different dice in addition to the ones that I already opened. And then, as I sort of showed you already, so these are the different little player cards. So we got several different colors for each player. I think, are they exactly the same? Yeah, it looks like they're the same. Looks like they're exactly the same. They all start with number 9, meaning you start with the 9 dice when you first go. So that's those. Same size as the fan track. I don't think there's anything else in the box. Nope. No hidden stuff. It's always good to look. You never know when there's going to be something cool hidden underneath. And then, let's see here. We got a deck of cards. I'm assuming these are going to be what the different dice can do. Let's see. 56 ability cards. Okay, yeah. Okay, so ability cards. So these are going to be, as you can see, based on the color of the dice. So here's the green ones, and then there's orange, and as you've seen, different ones for all the ones that I was talking about and already showed you. Here's the white, and I won't do all of them, but as you can see, each of these has a corresponding dice, and there's several different of these cards that I think you'll use. Oops, I missed a green one. To make the games different, right? So these are like little activity cards. So each time, like this one says, each time you push and do not bust, gain 1 movement and use it immediately, like 1 foot, which is a movement. So like this would be something that you could work towards getting, right? So these are sort of like little side quest things that help you move your game along further. So that is kind of it. So that's an advertisement. Basically, it's just some more punch tokens. These are going to go inside these different boxes, and a whole bunch of dice, the runners, the individual unique runners, and the 2 player boards that are double-sided. That's kind of all that's in here. It's a lot, actually, for what seemed like I thought was going to be a small little silly game. And actually, there's kind of a lot in it. So that's pretty much everything that's in here. There's a whole lot of dice, some runners, a bunch of little cute boxes to put your stuff in, which is cute because it's called Cubitos. Little player cards, and the two-layer or double-sided player boards are actually really cool because it's going to make the replayability a little bit higher since each one is slightly different and going to be slightly more complex. Plus, lots of these cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 7 different versions of the cards for each of the dice, and there's several of those. So that's going to make each game really different. So I'm excited to play this game, and I have a feeling it's going to be one of those things where we laugh a lot because we're going to be, everybody's kind of playing at the same time and doing things at the same time, and that's always kind of fun because there's very little lag time between play. So thanks for watching Next Level Board Games.